Oh boy, get you a snack and popcorn for this one, because this is the first time I've ever heard of something like this. When I say this might be one of the dumbest and the stupidest things I've ever seen, I don't know if that does it any justice. Throwing his life away right in front of our eyes, why even work your whole life just to throw it all away once you make it, question mark. One of the things I despise and hate the most in this life is when you have a young man who is beyond talented, beyond gifted, and they make it to the NBA or NFL, and they just blatantly ruin their career. And I'm not talking about injuries or unfortunate circumstances, I'm talking about a player who just throws everything away. If you're a 4th round, a 5th round, or maybe even a 3rd round pick in the NFL, that's not life-changing money. But when you're a 1st round pick, that is life-changing money, and I think it's not too hard to play the sport you love and stay out of trouble. Maybe some of y'all think it's crazy for me to think it's not that hard, but I don't think it is. I'm not saying getting to the NFL is easy. I'm not saying being a 1st round pick is easy, but I'm saying staying out of trouble, it is easy. And what's even more sad about this situation is this young man we're going to talk about in today's video, he's only 25 years old. Only a few years ago, he was a 1st round pick, had everything going for him, all the money in the world, was living the dream lifestyle, and now fast forward in time to our current date, he has nothing. Let me be very, and I mean very clear in this next statement. This isn't a situation where I think his career could potentially be over. No. It's over. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, and this is also like the 2nd or 3rd time he's been arrested for something terrible. How in the heck does a guy who was selected with the 19th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft mess up this bad? I guess you're gonna learn in this video. We've got a lot to talk about and go over in this video, and you already know we're gonna dive deep into detail and see what's really going on. And real quick, we're on the road to 300K. If you like football content or videos like this, I really think you enjoy this channel. This season's coming up, it's right around the corner, so if you do want to see more content like this, feel free to join the family. It's free, it doesn't hurt you at all, and whenever you subscribe, it means a lot to me and it helps the channel out. Let's try to see if we can maybe gain 100 or 150 subscribers from this video. And just like always, I'll tell you in one of the next videos if we do reach that goal. Alright Matt, shut the crap up. Now without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, major shout out to my man KR on Instagram. He was the only person who sent me this, and I had no idea what was going on, so without this guy, this video would not be possible. He messaged me and said, "Yo Matt, not sure if you'll see this, but the news about Damon Arnette is major." Once again, major shout out to you. You don't understand how much I appreciate you sending me that message because I didn't know about this. So just like always, I immediately dropped everything I was doing. I started doing some research, and I couldn't believe what I saw. If you want me to be completely 100% honest, I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, some minor stuff, but no, this is a big deal. Before we dive into the juicy stuff and the really interesting stuff, let me give you some context clues and let me give you the breakdown. For those of you that don't know who Damon Arnette is, and I don't expect many of you to unless you're a die-hard college football fan, he was a standout star at Ohio State. He was an extremely solid player for them. He played 4 years, and when he decided to go to the NFL Draft in 2020, he was selected in the 1st round with the 19th overall pick. Not too bad. Getting to the NFL point blank period is hard. Being a 1st round pick, that's incredible. Just like always for any 1st round pick, they get a lot of money, everything's going great for him, and he was living the dream lifestyle. And wow, man, oh man, it's hard to believe that was only 2 years ago. That was in 2020. I don't want to say I don't understand how people ruin their life this fast, because I do understand it, and you'll see why when I tell you what he did. It's more of I can't comprehend it. Why would you even think or consider doing this stuff? It blows my mind, but let's get a move on. I don't want to ramble too much about how good he was in high school and college, because you can put 2 and 2 together. If he's a 1st round pick, he's going to be really good. Ironically enough, guess who he was selected by the NFL Draft? And I'm only laughing because it is ironic, the Las Vegas Raiders. It's cool to have a team in Las Vegas, don't get me wrong. I think it's awesome for the fans, and it's just great for football, but when it comes to player safety, not so much. And I don't have to explain or harp on that too much. We saw what happened with Henry Ruggs, and we're also seeing what happened to this guy. Now, it is worth mentioning he didn't finish out his career with the Raiders, but it is ironic. It just seems like the worst of the worst happens in Las Vegas, and it's not rocket science. You got young 20-year-olds, you got young stars, and then you got the biggest party city in the United States. 20 and 30-year-old men who have a lot of money in Las Vegas, it doesn't mix well together. Fast forward in time to our current date, he recently got released, that's a mouthful, he recently got released by the Kansas City Chiefs not too long ago. The reason they released him, it wasn't because he wasn't good, it's because he got arrested on charges of assault with a deadly weapon. And then to go on top of that, while he is an NFL free agent, he got arrested for the 2nd time in 6 months. Oh boy, get you a snack and popcorn for this one, because this is the first time I've ever heard of something like this. When I say this might be one of the dumbest and the stupidest things I've ever seen. I don't know if that does it any justice. Without going into major detail, they're labeling this as he was arrested again and he was booked on drug charges. But come to find out, that wasn't the real reason he got arrested. Check this out. According to the police documents, Arnett was pulled over not once but twice on Monday night / Tuesday morning in Miami Beach, Florida. Keep that in the back of your head. He got pulled over not once but twice. During the first stop, which police said occurred around 8:56 p.m. on Monday, cops say in the documents they found Arnett had been driving on a suspended license and issued him a citation. So no big deal, they issued him a citation and they actually let him go. And I'm gonna show you right here, according to the documents, cops say they told him he was not permitted to drive the vehicle until his license was reinstated. However, they did say they permitted another licensed driver to drive the vehicle from the traffic stop, which was the other person in the car. So basically, to dumb this down even more, they said, hey Arnett, you can't drive, your license, it's suspended or whatnot, but the person in the passenger seat, they can drive and we'll let you go. So no big deal, and let me clarify this, they did not arrest him on the first time. And most normal people with a brain, they would say, okay, I got lucky, I got away with that, I'm gonna let this other person drive the rest of the night and they can take me home. However, I guess this guy's not thinking, I guess he thinks rules don't apply to him or something. He didn't do that. You know what he did do? He let that other person drive away, so the cops were like, okay, they should be fine. But then only a few hours later, the cops see him again and he's driving the car. Only a few hours later, and this is according to the police documents, at around 12:48 a.m. on Tuesday, they noticed that Arnett, I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it's just, you can't make this stuff up. They noticed Arnett was driving the same car, so they pulled him over again. And come on now, can you even be mad at the police in this situation? No. During that stop, cops said in the documents, as soon as they verified he was in fact the driver of the car, they placed him under arrest and cited him for knowingly driving with a suspended license. Rightfully so. But during the arrest, cops say they searched Arnett's person and found a small baggie of quote-unquote containing white powdery substance consistent with that of you-know-what. And they also stated that they found a straw that was quote-unquote cut into a small piece resembling a device that is common for you-know-what. The jail records do show that he was booked at 3:09 a.m. on 3 charges. And like I said earlier, this is not the first time he got arrested. Earlier in January of 2022, which wasn't all too long ago, he allegedly threatened a valet with a gun. And that was why he was released by the Kansas City Chiefs. The reason he was cut by the Raiders in 2021 is because there was a video surfacing the internet where he was brandishing guns towards people. I would love to. Unfortunately, YouTube would literally take my channel down if I showed you the video of why he got released by the Raiders. All you need to know is that in the video, he's threatening some people and he's holding up, and I don't even want to call it a gun, it looks like a freaking rocket launcher. If you want to, I'm sure you can go find that video somewhere on Twitter, and it is insane. I don't know if I've ever seen a first round talent like this do what this guy's done. Although yes, the recent team he played for was the Chiefs, many people remember him for the Raiders. You can't make this up. Just like this tweet says, once a Raider, always a Raider. I like to be honest with y'all, and I'm going to be honest in this situation. I never really kept up with this guy too much, and I never really knew anything about him, but from all the comments I've read and information I've gathered, most people, they're not shocked by this. For example, this tweet says, and it got over 30 likes, so I'm going to assume there is some truth behind it. To be fair, he should have never been a first rounder, and Urban told everyone he had major character flaws before the draft. We already knew that though. I'm going to speak on the second part of that statement. Urban Meyer is the last person to be talking about character flaws. Here's another great reply to all the tweets talking about how he got arrested. Throwing his life away right in front of our eyes. Why even work your whole life just to throw it all away once you make it? ? And then under that, somebody replied, I used to ask this, but a lot of this crap is mental. Once you get it and ain't never had it, it's hard. I completely agree with that second response. Still, it doesn't make an excuse for what this guy's done or anybody that does this stuff. If you've been watching the channel for now, come on now, this isn't the first time we've seen something like this. We've made plenty of videos talking about this topic. And it seems like I'm repeating myself and running in circles every time we do. It's so sad to say this, but it's the cold hard truth. This isn't rare. We see this from time to time. We see these NFL, NBA athletes, 5-star recruits in high school, they all throw their career and life away for something stupid. I don't want to criticize this man too much because I know everybody else in the world, they're going to do that, and it's hard to even take up for him. Nobody has ruined this guy's life besides himself. If I had to say a percentage, I would say there's about a 0.00001% chance he even steps onto another NFL football team. He's a free agent at this current moment in time. He's 25 years old. I don't see why anybody would pick him up. Yeah, it's awesome to be talented, but you gotta act right off the field as well. And if you don't want to believe me, look at Antonio Brown. There's not too much more to say about this. It is beyond sad, and I just hope all my young athletes out there watching this video, you can learn from this guy's mistakes. Mr. Damon Arnette, I don't know you, but I am wishing you the best of luck, and I hope you turn your life around. There's a lot of people out there who don't just want to see this guy fail, but they want to see everybody fail. There is some real life haters out there. That's not me though. There's enough success for everybody in this world to go around. However, with all that being said, it doesn't matter if I want this guy to be successful. It's got to be him. He's got to want it. You watching this video, I could want you to go to the NBA or NFL, but that doesn't matter. You got to want it. If you want to turn your life around, if you want to get that six pack, if you want to be a millionaire, whatever you desire, you got to want it. It's got to come from within. Make smart decisions and stay out of trouble. You may not think there's people counting on you in this life. You may think you're a nobody or whatever, but trust me, there's people you don't even know that are looking up to you. You, and yes, that's right, I'm talking to you. You owe this world your gifts and talents and everything you got. I am very curious. Let me know your thoughts on everything we talked about down below. But